The ANC Youth League Elective Conference resumes this morning in Johannesburg after delays throughout the day yesterday. Now, the conference is being held for the first time in 8 years. Colin Malachi is the frontrunner for the league's top job after meeting the threshold to compete. Other candidates will have to be nominated from the floor. eNCA's Pule Letshwiti-Jones is following that story for us. He's live from the Nasrec Expo Center at the moment. Pule, when we last spoke to you, you were talking about just concerns being raised by delegation about the registration process. There seems to have been some glitches. Can you take us through what those were and if they have been resolved right now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can imagine delegates were still registering in the wee hours of just today, even now in the morning, surrounded by some delegates from the Ora Tambo region as well. And I'm chatting to the regional secretary, Ngubeko Matlalisa, just now on eNCA this morning. Ngubeko, thank you very much for joining us. Now, what have been some of the challenges? I mean, you guys still registering, conference hasn't started. I'm sure you're not happy with that.
No, thank you. My name is indeed Ngubeko Matlalisa, the regional secretary of Ora Tambo. No, the conference started yesterday. The plenary was opened, but it was adjourned because the process of registration was still continuing. Yes, because of Congress, there are frustrations in as far as registration is concerned, but it's just the nature of conference. When you are dealing with the regions like Ora Tambo, which have got 161 delegates registering, you are expected to track your registration up until this time. It's not that much of a frustration. That's why we have been patient, because we understand that it's a nature of Congress, in particular that of the Youth League.
Are there still delegates from your region that are still registering now?
Yes, we are left with only sub-region in Mhlonhlo that we are concluding. We are to attend to around 8 to 10 delegates now. Once they register, we proceed to the plenary, as we know that Comrade SG Fikile Mbalula will be addressing the Congress at 9 o'clock. Yes.
But you haven't slept. You must be tired as well, I can imagine.
Yeah, we're very much tired, but we are committed to the work of ensuring that Comrade Mtwa Kolonguhle become the Secretary General of the ANC Youth League from Ora Tambo.
What are you expecting to see from the outcomes of the Youth League that would speak to the challenges the youth of South Africa is facing, such as youth unemployment, amongst other issues? What do you want to see the Youth League address?
I think it has been a consistent call and a notice that the nature of unemployment and poverty in South Africa is black and young. We expect that the leadership that will be elected, led by Colin Malachi, will be able to respond to all social issues that are faced by young people, address critically the issue of higher education, because you can't have unemployed graduate and unemployed people who are illiterate. It simply means there is a critical problem with higher education. Therefore, we are consistent calling that the leadership that must emerge must be able to zoom closer to those issues so that we can be able to ensure that issues of unemployment and social ills that young people are facing are critically addressed by this collective.
Let's chat about some of the challenges the Eastern Cape faced. Of course, the issues around Qola and Mola, of course, been thrown as well. We're receiving that letter from the Secretary General, but of course, around the conference within the Eastern Cape as well. Were you happy with the feedback from the Secretary General that conference was not supposed to sit?
We are very much happy and pleased. Actually, we are not even happy. It's what we have been expecting, because we are people of organization. We understand how organization unfolds. We are firm that in Eastern Cape there is no provincial conference that's set. We are firm to say the former NYTT convener, Comrade Qola, presided over a factional arrangement that did not undergo all organizational processes in order to legitimize the Congress. Out of 8 regions in the Eastern Cape, only 1 region participated in that Congress, which is Grisani. The entire regional secretaries, including its delegation, did not participate because they understood that without audit process, you can't convene a Congress. Now, it does not surprise us that Comrade SG clarified the matter. We've been consistently clarifying the PCPC, including advising Comrade Qola not to attempt to enter rogue elements, at least as a former political head of the NYTT.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, that's one of the regional secretaries, or the regional secretary rather, in the Ora Tambo region. It says all systems go. They're ready for the elective conference that's expected to unfold just in a couple of minutes from now. We understand that we're supposed to start at about 9 a.m. But due to the registration processes being delayed, we may be seeing the official opening from the Secretary General of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, at the conference beginning around 10 a.m. And there are still, of course, those issues around those who are still trying to get in, get their tags in, registering. I understand this process has been going on throughout, the morning. So it shows that some of the delegates are dedicated, but as well, the energy levels are beginning to deteriorate, and we'll be seeing how this unfolds and whether the leadership or the new leadership of the ANC Youth League will be elected in time.
Pule Letshwiti-Jones, thank you so much for that elaborate report. Of course, the big question still remains, is the ANC Youth League still relevant for young people in modern-day South Africa in 2023?